when you get 40% drop in price, kicking out those who followed or chased the pump with leverage. It's hard, right? When you look at it, it's hard. But look back and the history tells you a story. You can learn a lot from that, where those people who saw these 40% dip, 60% dip as fun and a part of the game made massive profits by the end of that bull run. I know your emotions may blind you from seeing this. Now, at this level, it should not be just emotions on which you are looking at. It should be the real data, the price fluctuations, fundamentals, how the news, current affairs is moving, the technical indicators, what is it showing you? You should be able to understand what really is happening in the market. Otherwise, you're gonna be in that carnage. If you want to profit, you have to think a little bit differently. Just keep out your emotions away, you are gonna do fine. You won't end up something like this. Look at those who are willing to do whatever it takes to become rich and wealthy. When you look at this, it's clear that 99.99% jumping off this ship right now when 0.01 is increasing their holdings. So, that's like accumulating even more at this stage. So they believe that the asset is going to go way higher than we all expect. That's the reason why this 1%, 0.5%, 0.1%, everyone is dropping out. That really is something which you have to understand, because when these signs are popping out, you have to understand it's time to buy. At least for me, I personally felt so, and I bought in. And these were some of the trades I bought in, and I informed my patrons at that time. Now, when the market shows you these kind of signs, you have to understand what it really means. You have to check what it shows you, right? Say, for example, for Omisigo, last day I was like highlighting on back in 25th, we are reaching at the top and we may be looking at a drop. And then this happened, the price actually went to the downside. So what you need is right information for your asset to be positioned well enough. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. When you look at all these information which are popping out, you can understand that yes, the fundamentals are growing even stronger when there is a carnage in the market. But do understand, this carnage is happening in a bull market, so that's really healthy. Everything is coming out as positive, walking towards this. And I kind of highlighted this back on Tuesday, that there is a possibility that we would be reaching around 0.535. So those who were looking at buying around 0.65 back then, I was kind of highlighting them, look at 0.6 and the next 0.535. Say, I don't want you to jump directly in, completely in. Instead, if you can break that and to put into 3 or 4 positions, at least that would be better. I actually drop it even further, 10 positions, 20 positions. So that's different. But I did so at that time that there is a possibility that we may go down towards 0.535. Remember, that was back in Tuesday when the price was even higher, right? Near 0.7. But the bad news which came out from the tweet of Coinbase CEO pushed the price even lower, and we just went below 0.5. So that has to be understood. While these price drops are seen as a disaster by the majority here, those who really understand the market is buying. You have to understand, whales are happy to buy more and more. They are looking at these and saying, wow, that was a real opportunity. Guys, if you are receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button as we continue through this video. Now, this is the technical chart of XRP on a 1 hour. So when you look at that, look at the RSI and MACD, it's showing you that there is a little bit of positive momentum, meaning buyers, the strength from buying side is increasing. But look at the price, it is going actually to the downside, but kind of creating a double bottom, which is being supported by the moving average, and you are getting a total bullish divergence. So that is something to look at if you are trading in this market. If you're a long-term holder, just neglect these noises. It's not going to harm you. Now, this is a drop, which we have to understand that it dropped back to this support resistance level. Now, we plotted this previously in the Patreon group, so I understand that majority would be already having an idea where, this is like the resistance 1, 2, 3, T1, T2, T3. I have plotted that before, so I'll just explain it here. Like, we dropped 40%, reached the previous resistance, which is turning into a support right now, but do understand the moving average is way lower than where the price is even after the drop. So that means there is a possibility that the price can fluctuate here by the time the moving average catches up and then pump to the upside. So you have to give that chances there. When you see these kind of fluctuations, say for example this huge drop 40%, and say, no, wow, that's like a carnage, the market just slaughtered us, look back in the history. If you look at this, back in May 2017, you can see this, the RSI broke downside, the price dropped 60%. That's not actually a small thing, right? 60%. If you look here, it was 60%. It was 40% actually, and the RSI dropped below that. So if you look at right now, can see that the RSI, if you are looking at a trend in RSI, you can understand that the RSI was moving towards the upside. So if you plot this, it actually broke down there, but it was not a bad thing. It was still at 0.19, and we know how that market ended, right? So if you are looking at this clearly, you will still understand there was a lot of fluctuation last time, which took you like 40%, 60% to the downside. But this time, before the distribution phase, before the peaking out of $3.8, the RSI was kind of stable. It was showing something different from the other times. So that is kind of an indication where you get, okay, this is the distribution phase, which is reaching its end phase. You have to understand that, right? When you look at the market in a way that this is happening right now, okay, but all these scenarios played out last time, then you have something to learn from the history and to use that right now. If you execute that for your benefit, you're going to profit. If you look at that and say, no, this time it's different, you know how that saying actually goes, right? This time it's different. It just pushes you into the middle of that bull run, but you're not being carried away with the bull run and into the profits. Instead, you're going down. The bulls are going to crush you. That's the issue there. Now, this tweet from XRP Crypto Wolf highlights Australia's government embraces blockchain with new trial. So that is one side highlighting the importance. And then again from XRP Crypto Wolf, the Colombian stock exchange is using blockchain. So you can see different nations coming out again. Each and every day we kind of get these news. Last 3 years, when the price was going down, we were getting all these projects, which are being established, expanded. Especially when you look at Ripple, the company, you understand there is a lot of success factors behind it. If you look at this tweet, you can see that the poly sign is coming up and the percentage of rise in the website usage is going exponential, you can see. And when I say it's going exponential, I will also highlight it's huge. Poly sign is not a small deal for XRP. If you look at Interledger protocol and XRP ledger connected, using XRP, it's going to be huge as the banking institutions for the crypto based on the Interledger protocol. So it's going to be so huge. And this again from CryptoPoint is highlighting that the banks, Signum is a traditional bank which is moving in, changing their infrastructure, getting digitized completely, changing their infrastructure so that they would be profiting during this bull run. They would be changing their infrastructure to adopt to the future. Now they are looking at becoming the world's first bank to offer end-to-end tokenization with the launch of their solution. So previously, when we were looking at different tokenization platforms, like say Sologenic and others, we used to highlight this will happen eventually, and this is happening right now. If you are not understanding the same thing, you will miss a lot of items. Say here, it's being highlighted by Matt that if you are looking at BTC, if you are looking at how it fluctuated and then compare the same with XRP, you'll understand which one went better. Now, yes, in the chart you also have Ethereum, but looking at it, just comparing with Bitcoin, or if you want, you can compare Ethereum if you're a fan of that, you can see still we are way higher. The rate of return, if you've been holding from the bottom, is higher still in XRP. And if you look at the peak here, it's so clear that each time when it pops way higher than other assets. So if you want to hold on to that kind of a rate of return, you will still need a lot of confidence in yourself. And to build that confidence, first you need to know all of these fundamentals, what is happening around you, what's happening worldwide in this digital asset space, and then look at the price and say, okay, I can actually see this thing right now. Okay, I can understand that it's happening right now. Because when you go into a weekly chart, you're going to see a long wick, but the week has not yet closed. You have to understand that as well, because the RSI is still in bull mode inside the overbought territory. So that kind of highlights you that we are breaking to the upside. Because if you move to a longer time frame, say a monthly chart, then look at it, we are still above the moving average day. That is 50-day moving average on a monthly chart. That is significant to understand when the RSI is pointing to the upside and MACD has already crossed. Now, if you actually jump into a closer view of the same thing to understand what really is happening, you can kind of see that the 4-hour chart of XRP shows you that it retraced back to the 50-day moving average, and it is showing you a bounce there. And as of now, we kind of managed to get about this particular candle. But if you zoom in, you have to understand one thing. This is the continuation of this one. If you go into a 2-hour chart, you will understand what I'm stating there. This is the continuation for this one. It closed there, it opened immediately and went to the downside. So if you are considering that as a mother candle, you will have to look at this area where it is comfortable. Say if we go above that one from here, that is change in a trend and it's going to move higher in that shorter time frame. So that is a 2-hour chart and 4-hour chart which we are looking at. Why? Because the smaller time frame fluctuations have a lot of role to play in your emotion, your psychology. It's not the long run which is actually pushing that FOMO. If you look at this long run, you're still way up. You are still just coming back to retest these levels, not these levels right now, right? If you understand, clearly this was a long-term support resistance area and we broke this. Still, the price is not retracing back immediately here. Instead, it is holding this support right now here. Now in this range, if it is bouncing from here, then aim for the next one around $0.971. So say 0.8 to $1 will be cool. But remember, last time we reached around this area with say 0.77, 0.78, depending upon which exchange you trade. That can act as a resistance, meaning guys will be looking at that area to take their profit out and the price can slow down. If it's not slowing down, when it's bumping back up, then understand it's going towards that $1 mark. Now, it's not always taking profit completely at these targets. If you're only trading to increase your profits, develop your capital, then increase your holdings, it's okay to do that if you understand the market. Because not all the time, say the 40% corrections happen in between these short time frames. Based on the last fluctuations which I showed you here, you have to understand after these corrections, sometimes it stayed low, but after that it just popped up. You can go back into the chart, you can go back into the history, then look at the same. Yes, there were corrections all the time. Even in a bull market, there is correction. But next time when it goes up, it's not just going towards that previous high or just above that. It's going madly high. If you look at this second one here, you're getting the same. Then the third one, you're getting again the same here. So in all of these cases, assets pumping way high, the profit taking, if you are around 1.8 to $1 for trading positions, you can take half of that. Say if you went in with say 10 positions or 20 positions or say 5 positions around 0.5, you can take half of them or 2 or 3 of them around 0.1, but still hold the rest to see if the price is pumping towards the all-time highs. Based on the history, yes, that is a possibility, and we don't actually want to miss those runs. Now, why do we say that clearly? Because as we just saw here, things are evolving in such a pace that we may not be able to catch with it. Here it shows $49 billion fund manager launches Bitcoin ETN. So do understand these exchange traded products are coming out and they're getting more attention from investors. When they are looking at these kind of stuff, more money is going to flow into this asset class. And as more money flow into this asset class, there would be more and more manipulations, because first of all, they don't want us to make huge profits. Secondly, they do understand which asset is going to perform in the long run, and that is why you see this. When the real smart money, the huge money, understand that the market is going to do this, they buy accordingly. We, the small guys, I'm not a fan of using small, the word term small, but we, the normal retail traders, do the opposite. But if you are properly educated about the market cycle, the fluctuation, human psychology, emotions, all combined with the money and market, you will understand that we have to look at the utility, and they understand this utility. And that's why they just trade on the positive side of this asset. If you go to different exchanges, you can get, say, if you go into eToro, an exchange, it's like 100% buy for XRP. No one is actually selling. That is huge to understand that such an exchange with such a volume of human beings interacting with different assets there, a lot of them trade XRP. Say 70-75% of that institution uses XRP and 100% of them are in buy. Now that's the case for retail investors. Do understand that. And at the same time, when you are holding, what they want to do, they want to manipulate you. They want to reduce your holdings because they understand it's going to go huge. Now here in this article, which is something you really need to understand, Ripple CEO explains what would happen to company if XRP were declared as security. Now, these kind of stuff has to be looked at with much care. An asset which provides utility is something different from all others. When all of these institutions are using this stuff to improve their business, using this as a bridge asset, it's a utility token there, right there. Now, with all of that being said, you have to understand, Brad is insisting that XRP, just like Bitcoin, is actually decentralized, while mistakenly claiming that 4 Chinese miners control the whole network of world's largest cryptocurrency. Now, if you look at Bitcoin network, you will definitely understand it's something opposite. So I'm taking you guys directly here to show you the bias of the author there. If you really understand the Bitcoin network, you really understand that 60-70% of mining power comes from China. So the author is highlighting the opposite. As far as I understand that, it's showing like this. Say, what is it showing? I actually decentralized while mistakenly claiming. So he's saying Brad is mistaken with that claim of saying BTC miners are concentrated, majority are concentrated in China. So that is why you need to take it a lot attention. Go through the entire article and look at what really the author wants to put it out. So these are kind of stuff which pushes you towards that end to manipulate you. When this news is coming out and say you are seeing a drop in price like this, 40%, 50%, 60%, chances are you may think, I have a doubt. Should I continue investing in this asset? Should I take my profit and run away? Those need to be anchored on the fundamentals. not just the news, fake news coming out. Always understand the reality of the market, then go into the charts, look at long time frame fluctuations, what you are expecting. They say here we see a long break to the upside and the pattern shows us we already broke this. So still, yeah, this candle has not yet closed, so we don't have the confirmation till where we will reach. But this wick here shows that there is a lot of buyers trying to push it up, and at the same time, sellers entering into the market and the profit takers taking profit and jumping out of the ship. Now, why is that happening? If you look at this particular range, you will understand there's a lot of guys who are stuck in this market from a long time. Now, when they are reaching here, I personally know some who are just taking 10% profit for their entire XRP holdings after holding 2.5 years. Brrr, for me, that's nonsense. And you don't have to fall for it. Now, yeah, the decision lies completely with you, but all these possibilities, say the markets, charts and all, we are posting it regularly on the Patreon, and we do have a Telegram channel and a group right now which is operating on a regular basis, posting charts, trades, setups, and all the Patreon members, say about 100 of them, are discussing about what this support is, what the resistance is, what we can look at and other stuff, and posting charts of all the different assets. If you want to access that, unlock more value for your portfolio, you can check out that Patreon link given in the description below. So guys, I hope you received value for your time, and if you did, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.